It is like, well, last I checked, it was 4:22 a.m. Um, look at that. Do you think that's weird? They won't let me rest. I haven't had sleep, like I said, in a whole bunch of days and stuff. Come here, pup. I told you, we had this talk earlier. Get off of that grass. No, pup. I know you've been down there before. I know. But no more. They don't want you on their property. It's okay. As soon as we get to the end, you know what to do. So they kept my transfer to myself from going into an unsettled fund state. They're trying to make sure I don't eat. They won't let me sleep. They're calling me all kind of different people, and they're trying to capitalize on making sure my phone stays dead too. Also, lately, they said it's instrumental in them making attacks with the cops. That the cops can't show up unless they make sure my phone is off. I just got this small 15% of juice from the gas station. He had a fast charger. When I try to charge my phone, they're not allowing it to charge, and they drain it right away. So whatever little charge I get, they take it right away. I'm talking about within minutes. The phone could die within iPhone 14. Again, it is like, last time I checked, it was 4:22 a.m. It's probably closer to 4:40 now. And me and my dog are up behind the attacks they're making with Neanderthals and the police about my car. So they're trying to make sure I don't surface near my car at all, because they're claiming that it belongs to others. They were talking about how they have literally all my belongings on other people. They said they have my accounts in other places, and that yesterday, you hear me, I think, in a video talk about how they said they were about to put all my things back on me. I'm kind of limping right now, like my feet are injured. They injured my feet because they didn't want me to run, and they thought that they could delay me. The only thing that kept me from shooting yesterday on Easter was not having any energy. I was drained. We walked probably over 7 miles yesterday. And when we got back, there was a lot of bullshit going on that they had orchestrated in the area. So the last 2 nights, there's been a lot of weird activity near the park. And I think I'm gonna talk about that in another video. So as I returned to my car after checking the fence, so look, this is what happened. I went to shoot, okay? So right now, technically, like, there should be like sirens, okay? With the distance that I've made it from there. Like, when I was up there at the corner, it would have been like You should have heard like loud crashes and quick shots. But let me tell you what happened. The only reason I didn't shoot is because when I went to go shoot, they had that parking lot next to it. Like, so there's a liquor store, then there's a building on the other side of it, and then there's another building. There's a building on each side of the liquor store. Mine is at the one on like one side of the liquor store, and there's an empty vacant lot on the other side that I have to cross through in order to get to it. And they had cruisers waiting there. So I aborted, turned around and came back to my car. And now they're talking like they're going to come and approach me still. If they approach me today, I'm going to have them impound this bitch. That's not what this video was about. Come on, pup, get up. Get up, babe. I know you're tired of fucking walking. I am too. My feet hurt so fucking bad. They think I ain't about to shoot and get the fuck out of this shit. Damn, I started recording too soon. So look, there's a guy that drives a pickup, dark blue pickup. They just put something in my eye. I'm tired of that shit too. Them putting things in my eye, like just putting small particles in my eye on purpose that cut and hurt for fucking days. That I can't get out. Invisibly, literally put something in my eye. Over and over again, they have done that shit. So anyways, dark blue pickup. They were calling him Robert from Asher, Oklahoma. But they were also calling him, so maybe it was a decoy, unless he just beat us back. I didn't get a good look at the rims. But it's this house right here. So, the third from the corner. They've been calling him, like I said, Robert. They've been calling him Steve. Okay. They've been calling, they broke glass. Calling him Steve. They've been calling him, a couple people from Ohio. Okay. And a couple of people from, Asher, Oklahoma. Okay. A lot of municipal court cursing and spelling also has been taking place. They were talking about how they were calling Atlanta Police Department APD, Akron Police Department. And they were trying to manipulate that for the municipal court because they said municipal court didn't want to come off of what it took from me. They literally wouldn't let it connect almost 100 times. So I've done that over and over again almost 100 times in like the last 30 minutes. Sit. He's way over there. Sit down. Sit, pup. I know he didn't just catch a fly. It's normally bigger bugs, but I think he just caught a fly. Okay, so it's the last day of class. I decided not to do my last assignment, but I am going to be applying for that. It's a reprieve where you choose 2 grades so that you can raise your GPS back up. So remember in like the fall of 2023, that one courseworker or that one teacher, it was a doctor actually, that was instructing that class. She gave me an F, or she didn't give me an F. She ended up giving me an F because I dropped the class after she tried to get me to call her on the phone during the same time that they were suggesting that I was still in CS and the municipal court, like that probation thing. So anyways, normally I always make sure pup is good first. So I came here, I asked around here for whatever they charge for the cups, $3. Go to McDonald's because they normally don't. And he updates her and tell her that for the cups they're $1 there. Which is much cheaper, you know what I'm saying? Like the Burger King, they don't charge for the small ones, but they do charge for the large ones, $3. So anyways, I was saying like for that amount, like it's cheaper to get like the other water, not even cheaper, like a better grade of water, like the pH in it at one of the gas stations. Did you hear what I said? It's my last day of college. I finished my degree program. And the craziest part about it is I never planned on it. Like, I got a bachelor's for nothing to use it before I lost it. So mind you, I just show an update on the patch that they have removed, that dime-sized patch they have removed on the top of his head, right? When they mutated him. Okay, like literally nothing happened, and they had bust my puppy down to the white meat. Like you can see, it was like the muscle that covers the skull. Okay, so literally that's just, it's starting to grow out. Like now it's hair follicle. It just about a few days ago it was hair follicles, but now like when you look, there's like black hair there, and they're just shorter than the rest. But today, this morning, I see him, like, he's scratching, like, he keeps going like this with his paw at his eye, but nothing was, maybe something was in his eye. I think he ended up scratching his eye, but my thing is, there's no way that I could not have noticed that, because, I'm always in his face, right? Like, and he always in mine. So we took our walk, and I didn't notice until just now. Like, this is like our third walk of the day. And I just now noticed that he has a scar above his eye. There's a scar in my dog's face. And they kept talking about how he was like the mangy dogs, and how other and how I didn't want him, and how it was a whole lot of voodoo, a whole lot of witchcraft and voodoo going on around these scars that they were putting on his face. And they also threatened me that if I didn't, they stole my weapon today. My rifle's gone. It's not where I left it. And I had just put it there yesterday morning, so I put it there on Easter morning, was going to shoot Easter evening, and now it's missing. Okay, we go there this morning, early morning, flight for day break for it Monday. It's gone. And we take our walk, and we double back, you know what I'm saying, right? And they told me, like, pretty much if I don't obey what they say in terms of me agreeing to the terms under which they would put it back, that what was it, something about that they were going to hurt him as the cops, that they, in fact, I think they didn't say hurt, they said kill me. He heard me stand up. Go to sleep, puppy. Hold on, this is an example of kind of what it was like last night. Not last night, but this morning when we went. Come on, pup, pay attention. So we were right here, and let's say different property, away about the same distance. All you see is the blue light. What was that? A middle finger? You don't know me. You lucky. You lucky I don't have it on me. I would have killed your punk ass. Faggot. So I've been looking up at also catching like random passengers in traffic doing things at the top of their windows that are like a fourth of the way rolled down, and then as soon as I look up, they put their hands down. Hush. Hey, didn't I tell you to be quiet? Or are you acting like you hear, puppy? You see how they just trigger him whenever they want to? It's got something to do with what's going on in traffic. And because I'm working on my phone, like I haven't been paying, he was asleep. I haven't been paying the traffic any attention. He's going to lay back down and go to sleep right now. But every time they do something, like he's being attacked from the traffic. So he'll quickly like just jump up or jump to attention, and sometimes he'll bark behind it. You stop. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Pup, you're supposed to be mimicking the sound. I know it sounded like it was fading, but it is coming. Go ahead. said, we're going to put tomorrow at the same frequency on another level. Now he's talking about, I know they ain't going to charge me with nothing. The reason I haven't left. And so, this is who they called. I guess he called her to see if she had a gun. And I catch them peeking, okay? When they peek, I stare at them, okay? No one says anything. They're not out here playing. They're talking about how recording compromises the female because they are all posing as me. And why did they just route my calls to the Atlanta Police Department? To his phone. He answers the phone. It says, don't worry about it. They're on their way. They're about 10 minutes away. While y'all have made and orchestrated a whole fucking scene. And on top of that, the motherfucking call went to their phone. I killed all them motherfuckers. They so lucky. And then asking somebody to pull up with a motherfucking gun for a dog. He just got the text message I sent him. I called Atlanta Police Department again by a different number. I sent him a text message that said EMS was not requested with the call. Send me photos. And you said that the cruiser would be 10 minutes. They also said they don't have an available unit. Ain't nothing funny either, bitch. So look, I'm waiting. And then I turn around and they'd have left. So look, I finally find them. I think this is them over here in this car, but I'm not sure. That might be them. Let's get closer. We're going to have to get a closer look. Oh, I'm sorry, pup. I keep stepping on your foot. Because they were in a little blue compact car. So let's go to the gate. And see if they just moved from where they were parked. You know, them kind of fucking witches, they'll act like they left and wait for you to leave to try to say that you were trying to flee. And you know I go overboard on them. They see me point my phone, like flinging, like making motions with my phone while I was cussing in their direction. Ever act like you won't do nothing to me. So literally, somehow they managed to get something. You see how it's right in the center? A puncture. So I feel it still hanging there, and I limp one more foot and then squat and sit down. When I go put my foot like this, there's nothing there. Whatever was hanging is no longer there. There's not any, and this is at the same really bad part of the foot where the injury was anyhow. I didn't help but recognize, like, at night. Okay, after I turned around, she went back down. You might see her foot. Let me know, yep, there we go, her legs. She just went back down. So look, she crossed the street with me and Pepper Con right before we passed through there. So it made like a cross. But once we passed it, she ran back to the top, but was trying not to be seen right here. Oh hell no. She ain't even went to the gym or been in the gym. That's the same thing that we just saw with the baseball field. So I guess she's trying to get information, and they said that they end up having to sabotage her in situations. Come on, puppy. So yeah, that's what just happened. Seen her running, but she didn't want to be spotted by me, obviously. And that just made me curious. I was really about to come to no assumption or conclusion, but ask you, what do you think was happening, or what kind of cover up, like what did it mean? Oh, also, look at my face. Ugh. Hold up. Ouch. Okay, wait, no, pup. We're gonna go this way with it. Come on. That's too much stuff for my feet. Oh. Okay, so look. Also, the guy, that's the only way to put it. Because he ain't got no other role. He's not fixing the car. He can't fix the car. So whenever he pops up for something, it's because he's interested in me, despite me being forthcoming. So look, check this out. Remember, him and the elder. The elder is ignoring my calls now. Okay. But they blurred for 4 or 5 days straight prior to Easter. Okay? Like trying to moonwalk their motherfucking way into Easter. They both made sure no matter what, they wouldn't get my battery out my car and charge it. Which is not how they were about the battery prior. They were concerned, acting like they were just, it was like part of, they were acting like they were concerned, like that they wanted to make sure the battery was charged so I could at least roll the windows down or listen to music. That's what it was prior to that. So look, now they're trying to get out of the attacks that they made somehow. I told you they'll resurface with it. So now that he knows that they have stolen a weapon and he hasn't heard me mention anything about it to him, he knows I'm beyond livid. What he doesn't know is the next measure I'll take. He thought they told him that I would revert to using his address to get a smaller one and blow a Lyft driver's head off. And that's not what I'm going to do. They said... but anyhow, now that he knows that weapon, that they have taken it and it's out of the picture, he brought it up himself. Because I didn't mention it to him no more. So it's been about a week. I didn't mention it to him no more. He pulled up on me because I had him blocked. Remember? He pulled up on me. Right around the time me and the dog were returning to my car last night. So this is like, it had to be around 9 p.m. And that's what happened. Right now they're discussing how all federal agents do the same thing, how they all put me in situations that I don't be in. And pretty much saying that they put me in their scenarios and put themselves in my scenarios to see what they can manifest from already having something of such high stature. And, see how nothing good ever happens to me behind people confusing me with them, about them confusing one another with being me. You hear what I'm saying? I just caught him mimicking me. What's wrong with your high heels? Nothing. Now it was nothing. That ain't what you did a moment ago. I'm the one walking with a limp. Puppy, you high heels. Why you tail not wagging? You in a different mood? Feel some kind of way? Come on, puppy. So this is my first time to this liquor store since Friday. Thursday or Friday. I wasn't there over the holiday weekend because, they made sure my money was messed up. So finally, Stefan said I moved to myself. Hit today on Tuesday. So I'm going first to get some liquor because when it hit, like I transferred 2 amounts. The smaller amount of the 2 hit. So I can't do anything with it, really, other than make sure him and I have some of our bare necessities. So that and if I take lifts everywhere, it'll blow it. So while I was busy thinking about that, I realized they weren't letting me connect the dots. So I was like, I guess I'm just gonna drink first. I haven't ate. I've been eating trail mix and tortillas throughout the day. That's how I survived this time. But I didn't have that last time. So the hunger ain't as dominant. So I'm gonna start with drinking, and then I'm gonna try to piece together what's where in terms of, hey, so look, you see that pickup? That's the guy who works with the pickup. On the other side of the pickup is where he told me to put the dog, so he'll be in front of the cameras. On the other side of that is the building where I put my weapon. So the cone thing is new, okay? And the cone thing is something that they do covertly. It represents something. I can't get into that part right now. So anyways, that happened on Easter Day, right before he was closed. So over there in the building, like I said, that's where it was at the back door. and it's not there. So come here. Be a good boy. Be a good boy. Be cute. Be a good boy. Hi, how are you? How have you been? And they still all the time. So in the video, I don't know if you were able to identify that, but I asked him twice how had he been, and he didn't respond. He looked at me, he picked his phone up, and he acted like he was calling the police covertly. You know, that's just what it was. That's really what happened. And he didn't respond to the question. And then he set the phone down. He didn't get on it or anything. He just acted like he was recording after that. And that was it. Sit down. Look at this shit. Come here. Back up. Sit. Sit up. Sit down. Sit. So, as long as I was looking at the camera with this view, she was staring at the dog. When I zoomed out, she quickly took her eyes off of it. Atlanta Police Department off Canyon. Yeah. Okay. Oh, there's the breakfast stuff. They were out that day. He pointed over there, but I was like, ain't nothing over there. Ain't getting shit because he's horrible. My little puppy is horrible. You gonna get him regular stuff? Well, you know what I look like? Getting him a specialty can right now when I'm about to go to Walmart and get him treats and food. Ow! Shit, they're stuck me in the bottom of my foot. They've been doing that all day, and I can't help. I can't even. It hurts so bad. I can't not hide the outward expression no more. Hello. How are you? Good, and you? Oh, sorry. Who are you peeking at like that? You got tangled? I'm gonna let you go so you can back. You didn't get tangled, and you didn't step on my back. How nice of you. Go ahead, back up. He said that's where police officers get that stuff from. Compliment you before they tell you to get it. Puppy, get out my back. This is not your back. Look. So look, Pup and I finally made it. Think you're gonna take that German Shepherd? Good luck. The white guy tried to run off the hill at the same time I ran off the hill. That's what got him started. Oh, over here on this side it gets a little more faint, and he will calm down as soon as I'm out of sight. Just a matter of me getting out of sight, and that other door is closed, and the cops are here. That's just great. Let's see what they say. Because you know he will shut up. But he's gonna call for me until he can't. Okay, so this door is closed also. The first one I passed was Home and Garden. This is the second one. And oh, not the police. Well, the police has got to be here somewhere. But that's security that I saw. You know I don't got my glasses on. Okay, so now I'm out of sight. Listen to the echo. Oh, my feet hurt so bad. He's fighting. He's still on. And he can't see me. I don't think he can see me. Yep, calming down before he gets completely quiet. And you see how, damn, did he just stop me? Impossible. And next he'll be asleep. Next thing you know, he'll be asleep. He won't even be making no sounds, doing nothing. He'll be asleep. And I'm like, y'all, I got an open, what? It's not really referred to as an open container. I got my marker in my backpack, okay, and everything. So I'm literally just in here trying to get a couple of the few items that I came for. I'm not going to be able to get all of them tonight, obviously. So I'm going to try and make it quick. I got a half hour. That's more than enough time for me. So I just do my tally, and I count up about $30 for cup. 6. This was discounted. It's not $20 here. It's $13, 4, and 10. And I'm like, what do I need for me? I didn't pull out my planner. I just realized I didn't get to finish completing my list, first of all. Second of all, I already had accepted that I would still need to do a Walmart order once I got to the hotel, just to refrain from having to carry so many bags with me. And third, that all I need is rubbing alcohol and panty liners. And when I thought of panty liners, don't you know they had the nerve to say, she just took y'all panty liners from y'all. Everything that y'all claimed about her panty liners, she just took from y'all. And they know what she said about them white ones. She's having problems with her car. Somebody in the customer service typed in her number. I said, we don't have her. But I asked you with it away from the typing.
My Reebok, cut the dreads and relock. Butt the feds, I butt the feds, you butt the feds and link up. I'ma see but my diamonds V cut. Gotta despise the free lunch. I want nothing free. Bring me a car to be. Ain't Cardiac. Making it hard to match. I whipped me a hard to bet. I took every loss, I knew I was gon' win for them battle. Young with the crazy crew, they think you playing with the devil. Like, ain't it true, you like the symbol, I'm coming fast when I'm in there. in that bathing suit, I'ma have some problems when I get up. Yeah. In that bathing suit, I'ma buy some condoms before I get up. Yeah, that bathing suit, okay. You in that bathing suit. All the lights are limits, but the engine.
Yeah, like he's carrying something. He literally pulled up to me, said, hey goddamn man, shawty, you, and he couldn't get it out. They personally is two guys that stutter also. But then when I turned away to start recording, he panicked. He said, shawty, you alright? And then, yes, yes, I'm fine, thank you. Try to get way away from the dog. How about like more than 50 feet? He way up there. Why is he backing up? Oh my goodness. Watch Cujo, y'all. I'm fine. I'm fine. Huh? Hey, hush. Hey, hush. I know. Stop. Stop. What is that? Oh, I got my glasses. I don't have my glasses on. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet of you. I appreciate it. Take care. He gave me $20. He kind of stutters too. Did y'all notice? I don't know if y'all noticed. Let's just try to get this time again. Bounce our heads. Oh shit. Come back out. Let me put you on your roof. Go, pup, go. Sometimes when I'm chasing him, his back legs slide from under me. Oh, caught you. You ain't make it. You didn't make it as go pup. Don't get mad at me. There's some others. Yeah. Just so, but this is what happened with that. Just said bad about. They had some zoo rats in place trying to loud talk, but of course indirectly. So I started playing with Puppy's balls, but in the midst of playing with his balls, throwing them a couple of times, you know, the leash came off my shoulder. So we're gonna go back and retrieve them without anyone knowing what's taking place. Like we're taking advantage of the very life until I find his leash. Pup, where's your leash? Did you see it? Did you see your leash? Pup, why are you so far away? He said, oh, you want to get hit, huh? Come on, Pup. Come on. Oh, okay. Come on. But we need to find your leash, though. Where did it go? I don't got my glasses on, so you need to, hey, come here. Actively participate. Come here, give it to me. Let go, let go. Here. Here. Pup, here. No, you gotta drop the ball to get it. Here. It's mine. I got it. My foot's on it. My foot's on it. I got it. Find your leash. Pup. Wait, I wonder if that place is still open over there. I don't want to throw it that far if it's still open. Ricochet. Find your leash. I never meant to stop. And now he's just like, he got both. But his leash is missing. I can't find this leash. I don't have my glasses on, so I have no way of knowing. And me recording is not helping. So what am I going to do now? I can't take him back without it because he has too much energy and but we gotta find your leash. I told you I need you to be active. About the 20. Did you hear them raggedy ass niggas laugh? Those are still little thin, stanky ass black boys that they call marsupials. What they call? Not just the marsupials, so it doesn't matter. But anyways, about that. Remember in the previous video, a guy gave me a $20 bill. They said that when they laughed, they were talking about they were going to take from what came in, and that's what the overt laugh was about, even though it has no overt meaning. But that's what the type of stigma they try to attach to it. I don't have time to be out here recording. I just need to find where the solution go. So let's see. We did even though I threw it that far, there's only about a little space within here that it could wind up in. Come on. Come here, pup. Come here, pup. Come on. And they're lying saying that he found it because they know I can't see. They keep lying saying he found it and this, that, and any other. Puppy. Wait, pup. I'm trying to find your leash. This is a serious... They said that those females got mad as soon as they... But they shut the hell up. They're realizing I can knock them out. They always... Well, sometimes, most of the time, it never takes for it to come to that. You know, you be trying to innuendo people that you don't know. And... until you find out that it won't go like you thought it would go. Puppy, where's your leash? Where's your leash? Go find your leash. Go get your leash. Where's your leash? This will be the second one we lost. We can't lose two. Go get your leash. Go get your leash. You're not gonna go get your leash. Look. Go get your leash. Okay, so it's nowhere over here. Okay. She said yes it is. Go get it. Go find it. Go find your leash, pup. We ain't come through there like that. Yo, get out the bag. Come on, go find your leash. Is this it? Come on. Man, we're gonna get into so much fucking trouble without him having a leash. Come here, pup. Did you find your leash? Where is it? You didn't find it yet? Okay, come on. So, I don't think that pup is gonna find his leash. And I can't see his leash. So I'm just like, I'm gonna have to walk him back without it. Because it was like about here where I threw it real hard, and you know they like to remove things with magic. So that's pretty much what happened. There's no reason it should be going like it's going. And that car, the only thing it did was move from one location to another. So it didn't like leave, like it was acting like it was about to. Oh my goodness! And it got out. Come here, pup. Come here. Bring yourself here. Come here. Come here, bad boy. Ouch. Come here with your bad self. Look, they trying to set you up. No leash now. Gotta hold him by the harness. And then they were doing stupid shit like that, like getting out the car right after they pulled some magic stunts. Now, would I be wrong? Okay. If I let his ass go. Good. Even at that distance, it's so bad. You don't even have to be posing a ring for it. Like, it was still run up. So they all just stole, like, collectively stole my dog's leash. Now, let me tell you. So the last time that this happened, wait. Sit, chill, relax. So the last time this happened, so check this out. You know, right before this, a guy gave me $20 or whatever, and I was contemplating, like, what would take place after that. I was just like, man, is this guy gonna be like the other one that gave him those cans of dog food? Like, try to tear something up or break it afterwards. And look, he found another bone. He been hitting the jackpot on his bones, and so literally, after I get this little $20, my dog's leash is gone. And you're supposed to be doing much better at this because you know what that means. It's unacceptable on your part. Find your leash. Come on. You know what? You ain't gonna ever get another treat. Come on. It's okay. Find your leash, pup. Where is it? Yep, shake off the anxiety. Where's your leash? Go find it. Come on, pup. Go find it. Oh my goodness. Come on, pup. Go find it. Look, and now they got another nigga in the midst. And this is taking place at Publix. I don't know, like the 2 or 3 cars that they're trying to gather here are acting like it's a club, but it ain't. This is a grocery store that's closed. Come on, go find your leash. It just lets you know how much interest they put in it. So find your leash. Where's your leash? You're not gonna find it? Find it, pup. Find your leash. Where's your leash at? Pup, find your leash. Where's your leash at? Pup, find your leash. Where's your leash at? Pup, find your leash. Where's your leash? So look, I'm gonna tell you what their intel is saying now, that they had to place it before we got to this parking lot. So they're suggesting that it's in the open field that's further back, before we crossed over into this lot. And we're gonna see whether or not it's true. The bags where they are, that's no worry. As you know, people are too scary to do stuff like that. People aliens. Pup, is that your leash? Why didn't you find it? You gonna pick it up? Come. Hey, come here. Come pick it up. Get your leash. Good job. They say his owner or another. No, the dog is so serious, and he can be a serious problem. That's why I always tell y'all not to fuck with him. Just like that shit that happened earlier today. Behind the shit y'all are doing, there would be so many more cases of that. Come on, pup. When y'all do shit like that to him, when y'all are manipulating his sensory perception, when y'all are manipulating what's good, what's bad, when y'all are removing his memories, when y'all are implanting memories that are untrue, all that shit brings about a behavior. It alters his behavior, and it brings about problems. We had a problem earlier today. They targeted us behind the science that they were using against us, okay? when we got to that park, when we returned to that park from being there probably 4 or 5 hours prior, like, we were being targeted. We were being targeted by Homo sapien males. We were being targeted by Homo sapien males. And when that stuff played out, you didn't even get to see on video behind me having to be so active with, like, breaking everything up and keeping stuff apart, like, how disrespectful they were. Like, and I'm gonna make a video later on it about how bad that whole confrontation got. Oh, and now that his leash is on him, you heard one rhythm over there, and the other group is talking louder again. So, anyways, just gonna put my book bag back on and pop an arrow in the park, because I don't believe in smoke antics. I don't say that kind of stuff. And you know what I'm saying? Like, your beef with me gotta be real. You feel me? It's gotta be direct. Because I believe in fucking people up. Come on, puppy. Bring yourself on. Come on. It's time to go. Come on, pup. Get your voice up. It's time to go. Come on. You ain't staying here with these niggers. No. They took off way too fast. And we're waiting at the end of the thing for us to pass this part of the gate before they turned and came this way. After they were called, those are two, it may be, I don't know. It may be two males. They seemed like they had a good time. I don't know if you heard in the last video how loud one of them revved their motorist bed to the end. But I was like, they probably had a good time. They came home to fuck one another in the ass. And y'all trying to use my dog as a decoy to suggest that what? That what? That's Atlanta shit. You see that all the time. I don't know if that's two males or not, but if it ain't, it's an example. I got back to my car almost 3 a.m. from Walmart. There's a car waiting over there running at the park after hours that no one has said or done anything about. I'm just knowing that because with the way that I've been targeted, it's necessary to know the homelessness here at this park is full blown outright. And then those that decide to come in the middle of the night and sleep and stay is also taking place. They're not receiving any interruption. Come on, get in the car. It's not falling out. Go. My liquor in here. No, my liquor's in the trunk now. Last night it was a BMW. Tonight it's whatever that vehicle is over there that I can't tell. The stuff they be claiming, they pull up next to me just to claim my dog. Okay, so check this out. I'm gonna try to do this real quick. Hope it's asleep, puppy. Everything's fine. That's weird. Anyways, so look, remember I told you they called the cops on me a third time. a fourth time. A fifth. Look, they called the cops on me, okay, again. And I haven't been here. Wait, so let me back up. They called the cops. The cop pulls in, the black officer. I get out the car to speak with him. He said, "Hi, I'm getting a report that you are camping out here at the park. Like someone saying that you're hiding in the park and sleeping out there in the park." I was like, no, they just put that tent up today. And it happened to be the day of an event. Like, I think that this was on Christmas Day, Christmas morning. I mean, not Christmas, Easter. On Easter morning, this is what they did. Right before they stole my weapon. So, I'm like, no, they just put that. And he was like, no, ma'am, it says it's you. You fit the description. He said right here, and he turned the screen. He said right here, it says, black, has a dog, white Mercedes, and something else. And I was like, okay. And I was like, well, I have been having an issue with like a female dog. He said, nope, it wasn't a female. He said, right here, the caller's name says Anthony. And he was like, see, look right here, it says Anthony. I was like, oh, okay. Don't got my glasses, so I can't see. Just going, by his word or whatever. But he was showing me, the details associated with the call. And he said, see, he said, I was like, well, no, I don't know why, someone would call in and say that or whatever. I was like, that's just not the case. I said, as you can see, my car is broke down. And he had his body cam up recording me, while we spoke. And he questioned, and I told him the circumstance. And he was like, okay. He got another call. He got called to another call. So he didn't really get to, drill me like he wanted to. But he was just like, look at this stuff. It was just like, yeah, that's what they're saying. He was like, and you can't do that, and the park hours after 11. He was like, the park is closed, and this and that and the other. So let me tell you something. That the day before, I think that, and there's a white guy that comes out here, and I feel like he just started coming out here first thing in the morning when the park opens, okay? And because I noticed him start coming to the park when my car was at AutoZone. And I only noticed, and I didn't know that that's where he was going then, but I noticed that his activity was new, like passing by my car with his German Shepherd. He has 2 dogs. One of them is a German Shepherd. Morning prior, okay, there is a fence up there that separates the baseball field from the disc golf course. And there's a big hole in that fence. He's seen us come through the hole in the fence. Okay, it's not abnormal for people to cut through there. And for some reason or not, like that's who I think called and said that. Okay, so look, when we came through the fence, immediately our dogs, and he's nowhere to, he's not anywhere near me and my dog, but one of his dogs run up. That's what my dog is, dog barking or whatever, and blah 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 and blah blah blah. And he's like, my dog is friendly. It's okay, he's friendly. I was like, my dog is not. And politely smiled and went on about my way. So look, also in the report, he says her dog is aggressive towards others. Anthony says this. Says, I think she's camping out at the park, like sleeping at the park after hours. And that her dog, and she has a dog with her, and her dog is aggressive towards others. Now look, check this out. It didn't make sense at all. You know, I mean, from being a bystander, like what some of the things Neanderthals might have witnessed about my dog, is that he barks aggressively, but that's when you get near me. Okay. What they don't know is he's a guard dog. Okay, so he's in place just for that, to make sure nothing gets near me. So he hasn't come in contact with any of the things. There was one other guy it could have been when I was like, you know, going through like who this might have been. There's another guy, Neanderthal. He says has Oklahoma plates. That was another detail he put in there. White Mercedes Oklahoma plates. They're targeting me. Okay, and they ever came in contact with me. And I'm talking about they're like calling the cops on me over. This might have been fourth or fifth call to the police about me, and I haven't done nothing to nobody. And it started with lies, and then that's just more lies, except for the part like that neither notice. You get what I'm saying? Neither have a way of knowing. So there's another one. He has big black hair that he keeps in a ponytail, and he has what looks like a husky. Okay, and he will pass behind the back of my car. My dog is barking from inside my car. I'm telling you, you ain't never seen such crazy shit. These folks act like they've never seen a dog bark from inside of a car. So like, to give you an example, there was a guy with those two real big dogs that stand really tall. He has two of them, and they have that other kind of bark, like a woof, woof. Okay, so we're at a different park, and he puts them. They were barking at my dog, and my dog really wasn't responding at first. But once they were in the vehicle, and we were coming down the ramp, like the dogs went off. These two big dogs in the back of a mini SUV, they go off, and you can hear them stomping and everything, and it's just like massive, like woo, they're going off. Okay, and I thought it was so funny. But then I realized, I was like, that's the same kind of thing that's happening with my German Shepherd puppy. And these stupid ass Neanderthals are getting mad about it. Like, he's not supposed to be protective of his property or anything. They're acting like he's like something's wrong with my dog barking when something gets near my property. Okay, or he gets near me. And I'm talking about with an evil and malicious vengeance. Like, this is the type of perspective that they're painting. And I don't believe this shit. Like, look at this. And the vehicle has been here at least 2 weeks. So maybe since the, let's see, that was the 13th. I checked out of a hotel. I got ambushed at AutoZone. Have I been to the hotel? Okay, so no. I moved it before I went back to the hotel. So, today's the 23rd? Yes, Wednesday. The 23rd. And like I said, I moved it before that. Last I recall stating in the video was a definite 2 weeks. So I imagine it's 2.5, almost 3. You can see that the pipes are down. The rig that he did for us to tow it to here, kept, the middle stayed up. The back did not. So once, like, not even before we got it hooked up completely to move, we had to try to rig it back up ourselves because he was gone. He said he was coming back to with some rope to do it, but he did not. And come on, Pop. I just want to show you a bigger picture. Oh, a better picture of what's going on. I can't say move. Get out my way. You see what I'm saying? So, he last puppy stayed up off me like that. He last said that he needed to drop the pipes in order to get to the starter. So once he got there, y'all, and check this out, he never, and I've asked him on more than one occasion, you know, like, because he's only worked on the vehicle or put in time about 3 times in the month time that he was paid to do the job. So he I asked him on more than one occasion, probably all 3 times. I asked him the first time, so every time I asked him, yeah, did you at least get the old starter out? The answer was always no. He said there's a bolt stuck that later turned into a shield. He said there's 2 shields under there, and he said he got one off and he couldn't get the other one off, that he would have to cut it off, but it was nothing that I would need. And he never returned. When he did return, he made sure he didn't have what he needed to supposedly get it out of the way. Another mechanic looked at it and he said, I don't know what this guy is doing. He said, I think he said, come here, let me show you something. You see this bolt right here? That goes to your transmission. He said that bolt doesn't need to be out in order for you to get to it, but he's not under the vehicle, so he really doesn't know that for sure. Okay? Like, it could be a different story once you're under there. So today I'm calling another certified guy. The first mechanic, the one that I paid, his background is he worked at Audi and Cadillac, okay? And the one that has been asking me to do the work from Indiana, his background was Navy, and he didn't work on vehicles in the Navy, though. Background was Navy, and he said that he had been pretty much working on cars since he was a kid, and later he tried to, I don't know if he obtained them or if he wanted to get certifications. So I don't, know the complete of that part. And then this third guy is an official mobile mechanic. He has an LLC, limited liability company. So it is who I intended on, or who I wanted to go with in the first place, until I spoke with him. So remember me noting that I ended up going with the elder because, the mobile mechanic that I'd spoken with was kind of, rough around the edges, and I just didn't want to have to deal with that type of person. I don't like people, and I make sure I don't come in contact with certain kinds of people, okay? And that's just it. But had I went with him, I'd be out of here like a long time ago. I chose the elder because, he appeared to be respectful. There wouldn't be any riffraff. You get what I'm saying? Like, he'd just come, he'd work on the car and get me on my way. But it did not go that way. Literally every single day he answered the phone. He never avoided my calls until I talked about him having to give me money back. So every single day he would tell me all day long that he was coming. Okay, he'd give me a time in the morning, he'd give me a time in the afternoon, and he'd give me a time in the evening until we ran out of daylight hours. Every single day. I stayed on him. Meanwhile, they were trying to manifest the shit with the cops. Okay, and just literally calling, complaining on me as these Neanderthals said, like, for no reason. As if I was out here doing something. It had gotten to a point where they didn't even want me showing up at my car to facilitate it getting fixed. That's how bad it was. okay with them calling the police. Like, they see me at my car and call the police. So anyways, I heard some other stuff going on. I was trying to figure out if it was actually, like, in reality coming from, like, one of the nearby houses, or if it was some background noise in the government's lab. But it appeared it might have been nearby. You see the things that are happening right now. Okay. Anytime I'm positioned in between two entities like that, it's a satellite attack. So they're attempting to block me. And he just laid down. Puppy, get up. Come on. Come on, I need to move from right here. Come on, get up. And then you start acting like, you stop doing that. You stop doing that. Because that's the same shit they calling and lying about. You stop. He's too far. You just be barking at people for no reason. And they use the dog however they want to. He'll just go off at whenever the fuck they feel like making him go off. That shit is getting on my last nerve too. Look, I waited for them to come yesterday because I was hoping they would take his ass temporarily. You know, I will be a motherfucking problem on my own. They know how this dog is instrumental in all the attacks they're making and keeping me from getting any fucking thing done. They'll be hurting their fucking self talk about taking this dog. I would gladly give his ass to them because I can get him back whenever I feel. And they'd have stole the fucking weapon. This shit was supposed to be over with Monday, the real Easter day, according to their calendar. So anyways, when I move, he moves. So let's back up, pup. Let's go back over here. Get away from the car. See what happens. Stop looking at them. Hey. You. Stop. You. You. Pay attention. Hey, pay attention to where you're walking, pup. Puppy. Come on. Pay attention to where you're walking. Come on. Hey, hey. So, come on. Look. Still. Diagonal. So what does that remind you of in terms of a radius? What does it remind you of in terms of a radius? It compromises the eye because I'm visible now to other satellites. And not in between two. So ideally, to block me now, they would have to put something right here. And I mean, that would be like constant traffic. Come on. Anyways, I'm not, that's not even what I was supposed to be talking about. So, look, I have this guy. I contacted him this morning. And Caesar, his name is not really Caesar, but it's the AutoZone manager. His name is, now they won't let me tell you his name, but you know exactly who, because he looked like Caesar from Black Ink, kinda, with glasses. Hey. So, Caesar, sit down. You know, was talking shit about it. Okay, so look, wait, so look. And even if I wanted to go, I told you my intention, what it was, and what I told you on camera previously, okay? But there's other details. Like, so even regardless of that, when it came down to it, because I understood that, you know, like, everyone think they can do the work until it comes down to doing the work. That stood out to me the most. And him having a limited liability company stood out to me too. And but the circumstances, you know, were really bad. Like, they had stolen all my cars, all my everything. That day that he needed payment, I couldn't even give him $45, and I had $45. I couldn't give it to him. So, and that was what he needed. Get your ass over here and sit down. Stop looking at them. I'm not going to keep telling you about these motherfucking dummies. Sit down. Sit. Stay. All the motherfucking stupid shit. They act like dogs don't fucking bark. And you would swear that they think every dog is supposed to be friendly. They don't. You mention a guard dog, they be like, "What is that?" That means you can't get near its owner. So, anyways, yeah, the public image that they're trying to paint here at this park is completely and utterly negative. Okay. You ain't never seen nothing fucking like it. And you can tell that I'm being targeted. When you look at these complaints and when you look at the shit that's being done, like vividly done, and you see that I'm in the state of Georgia with the Oklahoma plate, you can't deny it. Woman with a dog. I was going to talk about that cop, the last encounter with the cop, where he was like, so you're homeless. And meanwhile, they got homeless that stay on site, like at the park. Like, don't nobody, the motherfuckers that are calling on me, they know they over there. They ain't calling on them. They're busy trying to establish me as them. And I told him, I said, no, I have a house, a whole mortgage. He said, but not here in Atlanta or the state of Georgia. And I was like, no. Like, all my credentials add up. You get what I'm saying? Like, what the hell I look like? I mean, not that I couldn't, because you know that I was going to get an apartment here in Atlanta, despite me having a house in Oklahoma. But I'm just saying, I got Oklahoma plates. What in the fuck would make you think I got Oklahoma plates but have a house, an Atlanta address? You get what I'm saying? It's just, it's a different level of stupidity. And it makes you, you have to look at it for what it is. Like, why would you even mention homelessness? Because that was who they were busy trying to paint me as the entire time. If you saw the covert stunts that were taking place, you know how it goes. If I would have recorded everything, you wouldn't have been able to deny it. They making sure I don't even be having no battery left. The day he came, I couldn't even record him because my phone was dead. They don't let the phone charge, and then they drain the battery right away. That's what's happening for them to make these constant attacks all day, every fucking day. And like I said, they stole my motherfucking weapon. This would have been over with. It wasn't like any of the other times that you've heard in these videos where I'm like, I'm about to do this or I'm about to do that. No, I was in position. It was about to happen. And they took it. It was gone when I got there. And I had just dropped it off that morning. The previous morning. I returned the next morning and it was gone. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? To make sure that I continue to motherfucking suffer on foot with the German Shepherd, them attacking the German Shepherd, making him act however they want him to motherfucking act, tugging, pulling with my injured foot in the motherfucking heat. No clothes for it, no nothing for it. Attacking my money, how it moves. So I wasn't even eating. The nonstop bullshit is so fucking, this shit is beyond inhumane. Like I said, They stole the weapon to make sure I continue to motherfucking suffer. Otherwise, this would have been on the news 2 days ago. Because it was not like no other time. While I was making that last video, and they were doing their little covert arrangement with the pickup, the black guy and the white female who was running and started walking as soon as she knew I was about to point my camera in her direction. The whole reason I got on the dog in the first place about looking at them like he was about to launch and bark, seeing her and her dog run. They stole my motherfucking car key right out of my pocket. They stole my car key, not the key fob, the small key inside of the key fob, out of my pocket. Well, you see how this pocket is built? You can tell it didn't slip out. I didn't jump around, I didn't move around. Even with restraining the dog, nothing that would make that key that has a little enough weight to it come out. They stole it with magic. And then said they would give it back and haven't. They keep saying everything they keep saying that they're going to give it back, they haven't been given back. Now and they gave me shots in my vagina yesterday to make my period come on today. My period is starting to come down. I was going to go back to my car to get pads when I realized they had taken my key. This is the type of shit you do not do to a woman. They complained that they went and brought all the things that they saw me purchase at Walmart last night. They complained that I didn't have to go back to Walmart today. They complained that they would get found out not being me if they didn't keep me from getting to the things that I have in my car that I purchased. They complained about my blue bag, my designer blue bag that they have been calling a bum bag. So they're trying to keep any of those things from surfacing. The complaints go on and on and on and on, and they got a lot to do with the people, okay? My feet are pulling. Since I cleaned them last night, you tell me how they got this dirty. The bottom isn't as bad as it could be. But they definitely are doing a number on my heels to the point where it shows on the croc. I mean, you know, with the croc on. So it's not low enough that it doesn't show. The pinky toenail, the pinky toe was swollen. The big toe is still swollen and injured. So this is what I was talking about when I was saying foot injuries. Then there's that's the whole. So first of all, this $50 size area right here was all an area that they were attacking. So they were causing extreme pain when I walked to make me limp. Okay, so that was an issue by itself. But then remember, I sat down and I recorded, talked about how this happened. They stuck something in my foot. Okay, then one of the toes is cut. Let's see, it's split. This one probably has a real bad split. To the point I can't even show it to you. Then on the other foot, and look what they're doing with my pupils and stuff. All the lies. Their agenda yesterday, the whole time, was to get my fucking thighs and legs to match the complexion of my hands. They were complaining about my skin complexion and how the other parts of my skin were visible that aren't normally visible, and they could tell that I wasn't dark skinned. This is the other foot. See that bad cut on top? You can imagine it's causing a whole lot of pain and discomfort, right? So all the white stuff that you're seeing going on, that's from the baking soda that I put in my boots, which actually would help this all. And on this foot, underneath, there is also a cut. But it's not as severe as the other one. Is there one right here too? Yeah, that's probably more of a peel. Yeah, that's more of a peel. That's not temper. But the other foot is the one that I'm looking on. It's in bad condition. There's times where this one feels just like the other one because they turn it up and turn it down on different than I mentioned in the past. Okay, 8 years ago. So they also saw me trying to hurry up and get the fuck out these shorts. Both thighs are shaved. Where did it go? Look. From yesterday. Day before yesterday. And right now they're talking about they're going to put those keys right back where they got them from. And so, you know, I had 2 keys, right? Like, since I had 2 key fobs, remember they stole the key fob, one of 2 key fobs at the La Quinta Hotel in Buckhead. Okay. So I still had the 2 physical keys, like not the fob, but the key. And then they, took one of those, soon as my car was moved over here to that disc golf course. They took one of the keys then, and I only had one. They took the last one I had left today, the 23rd of April 2025. Also said, I have no idea how this bachelor degree, what type of effect it's having on people and how it's fucking them up. They said I don't have any idea how me obtaining a bachelor's degree is fucking them up. I need those knives in the face pads. Look at my eyes. They keep saying they're gonna put everything back, and they're talking about my DNA. You know, it's weird because for the past 2 days, it's been 2 days. It was after Easter they started it. They kept talking about how, because I noticed the day after Easter, this too, they were making it looser than normal. So that meant like when I spoke and my tongue would touch it, it felt vulnerable. Okay, they kept saying they were going to take me out of Consuela Oliver's places. Okay, that they were going to take me out of her timeline as being her and her being me. Okay, and that the result of it would pretty much result in my gums, you know what I'm saying, tightening up back around, you know, and restructuring that tooth that's loose. So it would, is it regress, go in reverse versus progress, and possibly, you know, like, anyways, 2 days straight they have been saying that, but they've been saying that over the past, like, they say that a lot, like, to give you a real reference, I'm going to say they say that a couple times every couple weeks, every month, all the way back to 2023. And when they would say it before then, it wasn't as common. They have gotten more common about mentioning my relatives, like in Variety. Because remember, they used to use Romano as the fall guy all the time. Now they started, like, for some past time, they've been mentioning others also. And you see me write that sometimes on Instagram, like in the comments. I was talking about the things they were saying about some of them, but I didn't go into like great detail, and there was no way that I could know what they were saying to me all the time. They were using him as a fall guy. They were saying his name when they meant them, when they meant others. So they were saying him when they meant him, and they were also saying him when they meant others. And I talked about them doing that to someone else here recently. It's like, I feel like it's a Georgia entity that they were saying one name for, and I could tell that they were regarding all the others because of like just little things that are associated with the different identities. In Georgia, it was Ohio, Upland Avenue. They kept and were only saying Samantha for some time, but they were talking about all the different Upland Avenue identities. So they would say Samantha when they meant Demita. They would say Samantha when they meant Nicole. They would say Samantha when they meant Sonya. They would say Samantha when they meant Caitlin, whatever the twins' names are. They would say Samantha when they meant Joelle. They would say Samantha when they meant Kelly or Steve, Dwayne, Phil, Jessica, whoever. I still to this day don't know who Jessica is because I don't know his baby mom's name. Okay, like they would say Samantha when they were talking about her baby dad. They would say Samantha when they were talking about Nicole's baby dad. They would say Samantha when they were talking about Nicole's baby dad's best friend, Juju. Saying her name when they were talking about the chicken battering nigga at the corner. They were saying her name when they were talking about the damn elders on Grant Street that stay across the, you know what I'm saying? Like, remember when I used to like annotate different things that were taking place with them, and the little young mom with all the kids across the street from them and stuff. Like, we're using all of them to attack me. How they were calling all of them me. Even were saying her name when they were mentioning Asher, Oklahoma. So whenever, they never were saying Julie, okay? They were calling, when they were regarding Julie, they were saying Samantha. When they were regarding the caseworker, when I was on probation, they would say Samantha. When they were regarding the realtor, okay, that I dealt with to purchase my house in Oklahoma, they were saying Samantha. While I noted before, over and over again, how they were using names and identities interchangeably. They're discussing about how she said he saw me put her key back. She said he saw me put her key right back, but I put it right back everywhere but in reality. So they're saying whatever images that they're showing themselves, one another, to paint their perception is that it's opposite of reality. They want to fake something not taking place that's taking place. Okay, like they're trying to hide. They want to do as much damage and not show that the damage is taking place. If that makes perfect sense. So right after she said he seen me put all her key back, and we put it back everywhere but reality. She said, if we put it back in reality, then these people, referring to those that are around, those that are seeing me move about, okay? So that's the golf course, that's the AutoZone employee, that's everything, the schools, 2-3 schools, the occupants of the houses and the apartments, those that are seeing me travel on those couple main drags, those at the liquor store, those at any gas station or store that I've touched. That's all these people, okay? They said if we put it back in reality, these people are going to be backing off. Meaning backing off of all the attacks that they're making on me and my DNA. And that's what they don't want to happen. So they said that they faked putting it back, but did not do it in reality to cause more suffering. Man, you got me fucked up. I swear this shit will get out today. So look, it's been a week ago they mentioned no one having my key but me. Okay? They said so we can't put her key. They said we thought it was going to force her to the hotel. They said we can't put her key in none of their places because they were planning on putting my key on those people and having them steal my car. I just find out that they unblocked Torcolia. Then I just found out they unblocked him, and literally soon as I clicked on my app, they had him calling me. They're trying to steal my car. And they panicked when I contacted the mobile mechanic this morning. They said that they said two things. They said I will also find out that he's not going to be able to take me out of the headspaces that they put me in, that he wasn't going to be able to get rid of all of the things that they attached to the car, so he would find a reason not to do the work. They said that he was going to end up telling me what the elder, what Gerald didn't want me to know. He said he was going to end up pointing out that Gerald did something wrong. They're applying the heat to my thigh and burning it as if it's in the sun. They're lying, saying that I'm sitting in the sun and burning my thigh. I guess they're doing it to him too. So look, they moved into me, literally. Moved into me. Like, I had just made that note about them trying to burn my skin, acting like I was sitting in the sun. They took a heat, like imagine a bubble of heat, okay, like just like moving into you being now centered in this bubble of heat, okay. That would be the bubble of heat, but they moved it into my body, okay. And literally the air got thicker, everything around me got really hot, and it stayed that way. And I said, damn, later they must have done it to the dog too, because he woke up and he started panting like, what the fuck? Like, where there's all this hot stuff just come from? Literally, soon as, and this is like right before I discovered they had stolen my key, okay? So when that thing, that's what I forgot to tell you too. So when I stopped that video, literally right after I stopped that video, they killed my phone. So I should have known then that something like excessive was going to take place, but I didn't think they would take my key, okay? They killed the phone. It didn't make any sense. I had just stated that it had a little bit of battery left, but not to that extent. Like, I stopped the video to preserve what I had left. I could have made it, okay? They killed the phone. And then a guy, random bum, black bum like looking guy, from about 125 feet away, up there on at the other part of the driveway that's closer to the kid park, okay? He starts yelling like he's shouting something at me, but I'm still like, you know, trying to figure out what's going on with my stuff. And I said to myself, when I put my back to him, I don't know why he would be acting like he could talk to me. I told them, I said, I don't never let y'all talk to me, so why do y'all keep doing this stupid shit or whatever? And they got mad about that. He tried a couple more times and I ignored him. So then I crossed the street. So we're on opposite sides of the street now, and me and the dog are walking up, and I have my phone up steady trying to get it to come on because it's not even giving me the charging signal. And he waited literally till we were parallel and yelled out loud, "Yo, sis, crazy!" And turned away and walked away. Put it in my ear loud as fuck. Indirect. Right then is when I discovered my key was missing, and I turn around and I go back and I trace my steps, and I'm like, but it didn't make no sense. They started screaming, "Black Grand National, fuck being rational," and they said it over and over again, "Young Black Grand National, fuck being rational." The lyrics to that Kendrick Lamar song, they were saying "fuck being rational" or whatever, because they thought that I was going to take it out on the dog. The dog hadn't done anything. You seen what happened, how he got disciplined in the video, and that was the end of it. They made it seem like he was hopping, bucking around, and like I was jumping and moving around. That's how they were painting it. I can see them painting that took place. So I traced my steps back, and there was nothing. And then after I was done tracing my steps back, I thought. And I was like, oh, y'all stole my key with magic. Like, I never should have even done that to begin with. Because I know better. The other thing is, they've been complaining about me going to jail and not having had sex, about the magnitude of how it would destroy the population. They were talking about how if they could not get me to have sex with these kind of guys that they said that I had sex with, and for it to happen before I went to jail, that he, even yesterday while I was walking, he said, we're willing to give you like cops back if you'll take them again. And I was like, you know, it's so weird, because like he was being serious about the statement, but he know I said no to everybody. So like that was like the stuff that they want, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not a high stature, and he still brought that up. But anyways, it was his idea of trying to give me more and give me less at the same time. It's never happening. I'm never having sex. And no matter how true they know that is, they continue to lie about it. So now they're panicking about me going to jail, to the extent that they stole my weapon to try to make sure I didn't make it to jail, and that this didn't make it out, that it didn't reach the public. They keep talking about how I'm going to go viral either way. That is how I position to set my life up. That even if I didn't get a murder case, that this would get out. They were talking about how yeah, what would happen, how bad it would be. So just now they were saying, I started this video to tell you not about them panicking, but like how they mentioned again that someone was going to lose their mind when they found out that I didn't have sex. Oh, nope. What it was is they were saying that they keep asking them, what did they do the last time to get me half? They're talking about the landlord. They're talking about Kente Mingo and Donald Brown. The two lowlifes. One had money, the other didn't. But both still nasty, like lowlife. You know what I'm saying? The type of guys I would never fuck with. And those were the two that they threatened to kill my aunt and uncle over. Remember? I talked about all that already. Long time ago. Like 2018. I talked about it up front and I talked about it throughout. And they said, now that they keep casting me to these kind of identities, that they are starting to question them. Like, why do they keep putting those things around me in my place? Like, keep putting them in my vagina. To act like they could manifest something if I never had sex with them. So they're talking about how they don't want them to find out. And they're talking about one another. They don't want them to find out that they lied on me. They don't want them to find out that that they threatened me. They don't want them to find out that they continued to lie for 6 years. It was headspace, not headspace curses, but they were kind of headspace curses. They were saying they had to get me out of all these situations that I was in. They were talking about they had to get rid of my car, they had to get rid of my weapon, they had to get rid of my dog, and that they had to get rid of my money. They said that I got a degree and I wasn't going to work or find a job. Okay, and I think I talked about this last night, but I don't have time to go through the videos and check. But they also they've been approaching me with guys that stutter. And when the guys that stutter approach me, I'm always polite, because they don't do nothing but compliment me and then go on about their way or whatever. So the first time was near AutoZone. I think I was recorded there because I started talking about like, oh no, and he turned around. Then I realized he was stuttering. The second time was right here at the park. A guy in a white pickup, he stuttered, and he came and he was the one that brought me that food for the dog, like that different brand of food for the dog. That he had left over. I don't know what happened. Couldn't ask any of that. And then the one last night, while I was walking back from Walmart with the bags and the dog, he just complimented me. I think the dog kind of scared him off, so he drove way up, like a quarter mile away, and yelled at me, was I okay? And I said, yeah, I was fine. So then he started backing up really slow, and he said, here, I just want to give this to you. And it was a $20 bill, and it smelled like my money, okay? It smelled like my money. I was like, how did he get his money to smell good? What it is that they're paying the $20 as more than it is. They are paying it like I have more money. Every time money surfaces, every time someone sees me with a small black bag, a small white bag coming from a corner store, or from a gas station. In this case, I haven't been to any corner stores. Coming from the gas station or the liquor store or the grocery store, or like every time they see me with a small bag, they start suggesting that I have way more money than I do. Like they're talking about I have a whole lot of money and I'm not doing them how they want to be done, that they want me to spend money on them. That's the type of shit they're doing to keep the juju on me. They start complaining that something might go right and literally walk by as one of those little things I never talk to. Y'all check out the weirdo. I'm okay. I'm alright. Oh, what's going on about his business now? So look, check this out. They got me locked out of my car. They stole the key with magic. And now it's starting to drizzle. Okay? I just brought an adult poncho last night while I was at Walmart for the rain. Decided not to get another umbrella, but something that I felt could withstand the type of shit I be going through. Something I can fold up and put away, and it'll always be there. Can't even get to it if it starts raining. Still trying to keep me isolated from one side of town. I think recently, behind me mentioning that they were calling him my Boston Terrier, who was like kind of towards the end of his lifespan. I had him till he was 10. Like that, they started calling and sedating my dog again. So look, no matter what, like this is kind of what he ends up doing everywhere here lately. At first I thought it was his eye. I was like, well, maybe his eye is in so much pain and causing so much discomfort that it just makes him want to lay down and sleep, because sometimes it can make you, enough pain can make you feel sick. So I was like, maybe that's the reason why he's sleeping so much or whatever. He plays. I can get him to play. So we still play catch with his balls and everything. But it's very different for him. Like, he's like everywhere. And I'm talking about, it's gotten to the point where right now, as we're walking, he tries to, like, he goes immediately for shade, like I do. And he lays, like, he'll stop. He'll try to find him a spot. He'll begin to dig to try to make it cool, and then he'll try to lay down like in the middle of a trip. So like if we're commuting, walking, he's like fed up. Doing. Tony, you always working for him. Every time you see us together, you can tell he's working against me. Don't my legs look like they got as dark as my hands today? Get out the yard. He knows what stay on the pavement means. That same minivan that was there earlier, that came while we were there, is still there. Hey, come on. Me trying to make sure nobody sees me coming out the porta potty. Sit. Some puppy. I didn't tell you that? Hold on, I'm trying to find. No. Because when you got the, I got the key fob, but inside the key fob, you know, there's a little.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
So the metal key is what's on. So yeah, it's all bad. Right. It's so much beyond like. Like I don't know. I literally walked to the gas station. I came back. When I went to the gas station, you asked me. You said, "Where are you?" And I said, "I'm at the gas station." I was getting breakfast there. I got breakfast. I ate breakfast, watched the dog, and then I came back. And when I got back, it was going out my pocket. This. And I've been feeling naked all day. I couldn't even come back and change. You get what I'm saying? Like I couldn't get in the car to change or nothing. So I've been staying still. I didn't go nowhere today or nothing.
So you went to the gas station
to the gas station and back.
You living on the run?
Huh?
You living on the
A
run?
bit. I have been. You want to look with me? But I mean, tell me about it. It's kind of like your remote. Remember that night? Like, come on, man. Like, it's like that. It is just like that. But when I talked to the guy that's going to do the work on the car, and he was like, well, if you want to get the key to place, it's nothing, you know. He was like, it's just going to cost you about $450. And I'm like, no. It don't make sense.
What you got, man?
I left it inside. I don't ever take the remote out. Because I don't.
Inside the car.
The remote is inside the car, yeah. Yeah. Well, it's the only reason it is funny is because the battery's dead. You get what I'm saying? So, like, it will help us one way or another. First thing this morning about 8:39.
What do you want me?
Right here on the other side of the street, though. Not
This side.
I was walking against traffic.
Put it down over in the store.
No. I mean, let me call right now. No, I'm dead serious because, like, it's just like, look, let me tell you, when I came back from the store, I was in the middle of making a video, okay? And I was making a video about the dog. I had it in my pocket, okay? I had this one. No, it won't. It's not big enough. The holder's so small. It won't fall through. Really, it won't fall through. I checked for all that. So I was making a video, and by the time I was done, like I checked and it was gone. I was right up there on the other side of the outhouse. And if there was a weird guy up there, you know, doing some weird things, but, you know, we can't fit that into reality. I'm telling you, it's like the night your remote disappears from me. The shit don't make sense. It's like, this is the only places we've been, and this is a smaller distance to cover. You get what I'm saying? So it's like this. There was no jumping around. There was no nothing. There was nothing that could have got it to drop without me noticing it dropping or coming out my pocket. Nothing that took place. Right. And I looked around for about a half an hour straight. That's puppy. Let me look around the car one more time while you're here. They said that I would find out Okay, so look, day before yesterday, when we came, this is what was happening, but it was happening on a much louder frequency. They were broadcasting saying they made it, they done made it, they done made it, they done made it. You might be able to make it out, but it just stopped. But it will stop periodically and then start right back up. I'm talking about have a very short pause and then start right back up. I don't know if it's going to be the same because of the type of traffic that's here right now. Versus me, the distance that the dog and I covered the last time it took place, because that's really what it was based on. It was based on the distance we covered. I just off of Sprung, they were talking about Sprung being the reason that it happened. That they were able to steal my key. And like I said, all day they said they were going to give it back and they never did. And then when he was here, we were talking about it or whatever, and I told him, I said, it's literally just like what happened to your remote that night. And he talked about how he had to buy another one, like after we looked, and he was hell bent on it too. He was like literally like searching hard as fuck for that remote. Hey, come on, pup. That night. And you know what I'm saying, like couldn't get into it. He said he can't get into my car, so no one can get me into my car tonight. And you see what I have on. Okay, so like that means I can't get to anything I purchased yesterday. I can't get to the dog's food, dog's treats. Puppy, get out the traffic. Can't get to the dog's food, dog treats. I can't get to the knives in terms of weapons, okay? Because remember, they stole my rifle. They're just making sure I don't access anything at all. I called a mobile mechanic, and he told me he never read my text message pretty much, and that now at this time of day when he's getting it and we're discussing it, that he can't come because he left the side of town. Puppy, come on. Pup, get out the street. He's saying he can't come back to this side of town and that he might be able to get here in the morning. Because I told him, I said, the issue is like all my things. I said my suitcase with my clothes in it, and I said my dog's food and everything, his treats, everything are in the car. And I said I can't get to him before we leave and go to the hotel and have the car towed to you or whatever. He never read the text message. They made it, they made it, they made it, they made it. And it gets much louder. So this is the way we walked. Like I said, nothing took place that would call for this, like for the key to go missing. And before this, it was the key. These mosquitoes are out of control. Like, I'm gonna need a bottle of rubbing alcohol. So I'm gonna go to this gas station and see if they have that. They and again, they said they were gonna put it back all day and never did. Stole it right out of my pocket. So it's not like it got lost or anything happened. They said they made it, they made it, they back, they back, they back, they made back, they made it, they made back, they made it, they made back, they made it. Yeah. He came with somebody else. Trying to get in. Okay. Watch this. AB. No, long time no see. That's right, like to drink. I got him over here. Are you guys making progress? Were you making progress? Oh, okay, okay. Yes. Yeah, yeah. Baby, you kind of the jack of all trades, ain't you? You're all the mechanic. Oh, y'all are close. Yeah, it is on there. No way! Thank you. How can I thank you? Oh, it needs everything. Wait. I can't hear you, AB. What'd you say? Won't let me get near you, right? I said he won't let me get near you, right? He won't let me get near you, right? I said he won't let me get near you. Look, let me put him in the car. Oh. They just helped us get in. All your treats in there. You ain't had a treat all day or no food.
Oh, okay.
Hey, B, don't get me to laughter. Look, I've been outside all day. I'm like, I'm sweaty. I got dirt blue all over me and everything. But you have no idea how I appreciate.
How you know it's not locked?
Good question. Because normally when you trigger it, it's good. And it should have. Well, I said it different then. Because normally when I hit that one, it'll unlock all the rest.
Oh, go ahead and pop the hood up.
Don't go look at it.
You got the battery, right?
It goes in the trunk. But that's the thing. The key, I need the key to get in the trunk.
Okay,
But
now.
the guy that I'm towing it to, he told me not to worry about it. He said just make sure it gets here. And as long as it gets here, he can get in. And
Somebody's coming here?
No, I'm gonna tow it to him. It's Kareem's mobile
Kareem.
mechanic. His mobile mechanic. Mario.
I don't know who that is. Also, you actually couldn't send it to a shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
I ain't got no choice. I mean, I waited it out as long as I can, and I spoke with Gerald. I told him, I said, this was Saturday. I told him, I said, if you don't come out, I'm gonna have to fire you. And I said, because I gotta get going. And I told you I need to be going before Easter. And you told me you'd be here.
He was already. He was fired 6 months ago.
Okay then. Okay, but you know, I be trying to respect my elders, and I don't get too hung up on the small things. I'm done with college. I got my bachelor's.
Yes, she did tell me that. Yeah,
I'm
congratulations.
done. I am done, AB. So you know, so while he was busy setting me up, I was in the book. You get what I'm saying?
Right,
so
right,
I'm
okay.
just like, but I want to get home. My yard's gonna need to be cut soon. I got a lot to do. My puppy, he been on the road too.
That's a puppy?
11 months.
Damn, he's not even
He
here
big
yet.
80? He big 80.
Yeah,
You don't play. Look, I had to get me a little guard dog. That's right, AB. Be careful. Look, crack it just a little bit. Stiff it up for you?
He waiting on
He is. Man, he's doing so good.
Yeah, he like, open it, nigga.
I can't. But it's okay. I'll put it in the back seat and send it with it.
You know how you got that going?
Go through the thing and put a latch.
No, not that. I'm talking about.